Am I right? Or he?
He, sir.
He. Angan? Okay, Lopez. Muram to babayog pangan. Good morning, guys. Good morning, top of the morning team. Go ahead, introduce yourselves, starting with you. Go ahead.
Hello. So good morning, everyone. So it's me again, your big boy cutie. It's Ollie.
May buntag sa tanang tigpaminaw. This is your sweet chick sa tabi, X-teen.
What happened, Bella?
Hello, outside world. This is your golden maknay of TMC, Ellery.
What are you doing here?
Okay. Ayong buntag kaninyo. How are you guys feeling?
Ikaw, Ting.
Great.
Ikaw.
Very great.
Ako, okay lang. Medyo na ano lang ko kanina, medyo na late kong abot, but
Okay.
lang.
How about you, Hillary?
Yeah, okay, Rasad. Same. Very excited for this episode.
Kanang mo ato mga adlaw gud kaning importante man kayo ang atong gibati, di ba, sa pagsugod kay mura man na siya og maka almost 100% accuracy predict how your day is going to be, how you're going to start, right? So it's important to us, right? Nga ato ang adlaw sakto pagsugod para ang atong tibok adlaw manindot po, di ba? And knowing that, it's important to make sure that our listeners also do the same, di ba? Nga they are off to a good start, di ba? Kanang good vibes, right? Importante mo na. Do you think that's important to you, especially kamo nga nag-eskwela pa? Do you think it is important kung magsugod mo og ngilad, for example, gasugod mo sa inyong adlaw nga gisapot mo, the likelihood of the whole day just going to the dumps is pretty high. What do you think?
Yeah, kayo Sir Jigs kay if like kanang ang imo pa lang sugod pa lang dahil imong adlaw kay murag unproductive na nya murag way lang ilihok gani tibok adlaw magdayon na gyud na there's this term diba na waking up at the wrong side of the bed.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
Ana. So like if lang imong morning is very happy go lucky, well nagya po yung chance na at the end of the day ma-drain ka, pero at least diba ang imong productivity is nagkaus-us siya while the day goes on. Di ka ingon na
mga uban gud nga kaning slow starters bitaw. Kuan mo ng slow start kana bitaw nga mura og hinahinay sa magkapi-kapi sa let's just say maglakaw-lakaw sa mag-exercise sa magtanaw-tanaw sa YouTube. Napay uban nga off to a running start. Mura bag kung makina pa na sa sakyanan na diesel napoy gasolina. Ang diesel kinahanglan pa i-warm up, di ba? Ang gasolina pwede na kaning on and go, pwede na pandaron dito naglarga, di ba? So kamo, do you feel nga you are one or the other? How about you, Hillary? Like imong paminaw, are you the kind of person that is off to a running start? Meaning to say, mata nimo ligo dayon, kaning ilis dayon, lakaw dayon, excited kayo, or are you the kind nga maghinahinay pa kaning like napaka beauty regimen, which is fine, right? It depends on the speed in which you do your beauty regimen. So for example, hinahinayon pa nimo, I don't know, panghilamos, whatever. What type of person are you? Are you a off to a running start kind of person, or are you the kind that needs to warm up a little?
It would actually depend on the day.
Oh, okay.
Like, for example, if na events, I would really go for a running start.
Okay.
Labi nagkanang ang event kay murag sayo siya, so kanang inigmatan ako, diretso na ako like
Okay.
do all my tasks. But
Okay.
I would really prefer a slow morning gani para murag mo work up gani akong brain.
Okay.
So yeah,
Work
that's
up
it.
imong brain.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Christine? What kind of day do you usually
Everyone's
have? What kind of day do you usually have on a normal basis?
everyone's dream jud kay kanang slow morning.
Slow morning.
Pero as a student, especially if you have morning classes, like
Okay.
last time we had 7:30 a.m.
na ba 7:30?
Mm.
Ano?
But that can be remedied by waking up earlier, di ba?
Ay,
I'm
Diba?
a nocturnal.
late food
Okay.
matulog lagi.
Okay.
I sleep late, so
Okay.
like kanang I have to rush things. I have kanang to do kanang quick morning routines.
Why do you sleep late? I mean, is it because of your, I don't know, body clock, or is it because you have work to do pa at night?
I prefer to work at night jud kay.
Oh, okay.
Wala na samok way manawag nimo nga
Mm.
tin pagluto sa
Okay.
hugasi sa ani.
Okay. So wala
So like kanang there's no distraction, so
Okay,
you
okay.
can work better
Okay.
and focus on things and
Okay.
finish it.
How about you, Oliver?
Ako sir, I prefer man po gyud ng slow mornings kay ganahan jud ko na maghinahinay sa akong adlaw before ko mo start og kanang active na gyud ng work. Usually man gyud pero sa same sa klase, ako mo wake up jud ko 2 hours before
Okay.
the time. Pero ang kanang 30 minutes to 1 hour ana, naghigda ako ga TikTok.
Naghigda lang ka nag-TikTok.
So muna usay malit gihapon ko bali 2 hours ko.
Gitawag nila og doom scrolling, di ba?
Yes sir. And I good.
Kana bang doom scrolling ba? I can imagine nga I probably have done that, but does that happen more often with you guys? Kanang doom scrolling. Can you I think first things first, can you define unsa man ang doom scrolling di ay?
Larry, take it away.
Kanang doom scrolling ako nahibawan na niya. Sige lang kag-scroll sa TikTok. Hantod makatuog na lang ka like mindlessly scrolling. Is that is that a correct definition of
that's
doom scrolling? Okay.
That's basically the definition. Like, kanang murag, ang murag, quote-unquote, ang goal sa doom scrolling is just, wala, like, murag mindlessly scrolling niya, murag, mahibong na lang ka na, like, hala, yung ani na ding oras sa pila na ko ka-hours ka, like, mawagtang gani ang, murag, imong sense of time while you're just scrolling, and you have no, like, murag, aim inside.
Yung what makes you do that? Does that mean nga maayo kayong algorithm sa TikTok or sa Instagram bahin noon or even YouTube nga murag dili ka makahunong or unsa man like
I think,
pakanon jud ka pakanon.
I think lang Sir Jigs.
You're being fed good with kaning the right content, right? Nga di ka makaundang og scroll, right? Is that what's
Sakto po
happening?
yun siya na ang algorithm kay mo cater sa imong ganahan that day. Pero po I think it's a product of procrastination. Na murag kapuya mo buhat sa akong trabaho unya na. Ani sa ako.
Okay.
Tuyog dugay-dugay para di pa mabuhat ang trabaho.
You know, I actually saw an ad on YouTube nga procrastination kuno is a sign of depression.
Patay.
Huh?
oh, no.
Patay.
So kaning nobody wants to not do anything, right? I mean, like most people would rather do something than nothing. But kana kunong procrastination is mura na siya og mild kind of depression ba nga dili ka ganahan mo lihok kay medyo there's probably something happening with you emotionally, di ba? And I think one of the best ways to be able to get rid of not totally get rid, but to help alleviate that siguro is kanang movement, di ba? Movement. I think in fact exercise is a very important part of not just your physical body but also your mental state, di ba nga? Exercise releases endorphins and all of that stuff. So akong pangutana siguro sunod ani is unsa man like inigmata ninyo, do you have any form of physical I wouldn't say exercise. I would just say physical activity that will help you mura og start the right way in the morning. Nabo mo yung mga rituales, mga pangbuhaton nga murag akin if not actual exercise.
Before katong pag-summer pa is ako after I wake up jud magkape ka jud then gym.
Okay.
Magina ako before. Mag-gym ko usually 9 to 12 muna na akong gym time. At sa hapon
Okay.
is di siya yung productive po kay hapon pero like
Did you say 9 to 10?
9 to 12
Oh, sa buntag.
buntag sir.
Kuya, wag ko din mong adlog. So abi na ko klase ninyo buntag.
Og summer sir. Og summer.
Og summer.
Og summer.
Okay,
Pero
okay.
ang karon man gud ang usual na ko sa klase, ang akong morning routine is cellphone 30 minutes, magtutok 30 minutes, barog na kanang hapit na ko malate.
Magtutok meaning to say magkuan
Maghinoktok lang.
Ikaw Christine, unsa man imong form of movement in buntag?
Before, sa una pa, like, kanang
You're making it sound like a long time ago, right?
pre-pandemic. Pre-pandemic.
A long time ago.
Even if na ako'y klase, I would
Okay.
start my day kanang mag-play og music gani.
Wow.
And then magganda-ganda
Ay.
in front of the mirror.
Mm.
Yung pampalagsik, pampa-wake up ba.
Mm.
Maski malate na, oo. Pero right now, wala na ko'y time, ana. And then my new kanang form of physical activity ginagmay is to scoop my cat litter.
Oo,
Ano man daghan kay magkatag day sa imong balay ang cat litter.
I know. What I mean is kanang naay kanang iyahang
litter box.
Litter box, okay.
and then i-scoop na ko kay from kuan man na morning to
Kinsa may ngan sa imong cat?
si Dusty Boy. Shout out to Dusty Boy.
Mm.
And then more na siya akong kuan i-clean then but nga na ko
So
another
that's
cat
your form of physical activity. Ikaw Ilary na kay physical activity ikabuntag wala.
Karon kay murag wala na kay na ako gidu, but before katong mga pre-pandemic sa like bago ay pa pandemic, I used to like do like dance choreographies
Mm.
sa YouTube. And before sad kay like nakaswipe og kuog ka ng volleyball na kuan. So murag mas active ko before kaysa karon kay karon man gud kay very like busy na get with the classes and karon na nami OJT. So it's really hard to sort of like make time for that. Kay especially nig uli kay murag kapoy na gani mo buhat og any other stuff. So
You know,
yeah.
I have a theory that says something like everything is exercise, right? And akong buhaton I'll tell you, I'll let you know a little secret. It's actually a very funny secret, which I'm going to tell everyone for the first time. Sa banyo, like after I take a bath, right? Maligo ko. Di ba? Basa pa magana, di ba? And before I wipe myself dry with a towel, right? Akong buhaton mag run ko in place inside the bathroom, right? Unya ka na ba itong magwisi-wisi, ka na ba itong kanang iro ba itong basa ba itong magkisi-kisi, di ba? That's what I do with my entire body for 50 steps.
Asa magana ka, sir?
Oh, mura ko para number one, dili kayo basa ang
Towel.
ang towel, and number two, it's also a kind of form of exercise also ba. So that's what I do, like
So ibutan ta, sir, si Jiggy nagjigol-jigol.
oh, nagjigol-jigol para ang tanang basa part nako will be less basa, right? And it kind of wakes me up too, aside from my cup of coffee and all of that, right? So that's what's happening in our respective homes before we get out of it, right? And then hopefully show our best selves to the world. But there is a show, a reality show that also covers what's happening inside a home, right? Akaning PBB ba, Pinoy Big Brother. This has been going on since 10, 15 years ago, right? Even 20 years ago, right?
2005 na start.
PBB sa Pilipinas, diba? Although we mentioned earlier this is actually a franchise which was started in the Netherlands. But sa Pilipinas, this has become a kind of cultural phenomenon, kanang PBB, diba? In fact, we have some guests. We've had some guests here at 105.1 nga mga former PBB. We know former PBB housemates. Is that what they're called? Housemates?
Yes, housemates.
Yes.
I remember Christian Slater, you mentioned that, right?
Mm.
He's a PBB, right?
Yeah.
Big winner.
He was here not too long ago. Si Paul J. Castillo, Paul J. Castillo. I think I talk to him all the time because he's also, I think, a runner and a triathlete. So makita mi pirmi niya na ni Paul J. Castillo and a few other mga bisdak, di ba? So can you explain to our listeners, especially those who are like me, nga dili kay familiar aning PBB? Unsa may rules aning PBB? Like, I know nga they're inside a kind of house, right? Secluded somewhere and they can't get out, or there has to be like certain things that they need to do to be able to get out, or maybe they get kicked out. Can you give me the ground rules? Unsa may gining Pinoy Big Brother?
So as we've said earlier, Pinoy Big Brother actually came from the franchise sa Netherlands, which is Big Brother.
Okay.
And then sa Philippines, ang start siya og 2005.
Okay.
So the concept of Big Brother or Pinoy Big Brother, it's actually from this classic na book called 1984 by George Orwell. I don't know if you guys have read it. But gikan siya na book. And
Big Brother is watching, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Kuya, andyan ka ba?
So yeah, the concept for Pinoy Big Brother, it came from that book, and basically ang concept mong ani na book kay nasa sila sa like dystopian na society, and basically everywhere na nasa sila na yung mga telescreens or what we call as CCTV in the modern day.
Okay, wait, hold on. Pasabta ko na to mga kaigsuunan. Unsa man ang dystopia?
Dystopia is basically a world na kanang tawagan na world kanang
Mura og unsa man.
failing world.
Mga ba nag-post-apocalyptic?
Yeah,
ana?
post-apocalyptic na world. Like, murag daghan og like, let's say, mga post-war.
Okay.
Or kanang, like, the world is basically not a safe place to live in.
Okay.
Kaya na
So
style.
mura siya ganing end times, murag mahog
Yeah.
na.
Like in its ruins na siya.
Yeah, in its ruins.
So mo nang dystopia so what's the opposite of dystopia?
Utopia.
Utopia, right? So as opposed to the idyllic world, it has become a kind of a chaotic world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like hell on earth.
Okay, so continue.
So, yeah, in 1984, the concept is ganang na yung mga telescreens or CCTVs everywhere. Like sa imong balay, sa imong koan. But there, of course, there are blind spots, but basically mo to siya katong Big Brother is watching.
Mm.
And kani si Big Brother in this sense, he is actually like murag supreme leader dito sa ilahang place.
Okay.
And kani siya na Big Brother, dili siya magpakita siyang physical self. So it's like Big Brother is sort of like a concept lang. And ang purpose sa telescreens manggod kay if naay people na kanang mo go against ni Big Brother na sila isulti na kanang murag bati about niya kay like adtuan sila sa police sa ilang balay and they're gonna be either punished, imprisoned, tortured, ding ana. So ingana siya na concept sa ang Pinoy Big Brother na reality show na same na kanang, di ba, si Kuya, dili man takita ni Kuya, but he's just a voice na commanding the housemates to do like mga tasks, mga challenges, or kanang mga, bisagon sa na like mga commands.
Wait, is this a book from, did you say Orwell?
Yeah, George Orwell, 1984.
So muna siyang libro ni George Orwell. Ang title sa libro kay 1984.
1984.
Okay,
Yeah.
1984 is not the year when it was made. This is the title of the book.
Yeah.
And then, of course, mura ni siya og franchise nga gihimo sa Netherlands, right?
Mhm.
And then the idea of PBB is na ay mga camera nga nag watch their every move, right? But not necessarily in society, but in a house. Am I correct?
Yeah.
So ang mga cameras naarasud sa balay.
Mm.
Sa can you tell us like do we know which house this is? Do they reveal asa ni nga balay or dili?
Murag na,
Og maglain-lain ba ni kada episode?
they use like one house, diba? Like one main house.
Okay. Asa man ni siya?
Nasa
Somewhere
Quezon,
in-
di ba? It's owned by
Oo.
ABS na house.
So it's an actual house that they built
Yeah,
Yes.
for the
specifically
show.
for the show. So
Yeah.
can you describe to us this house? What do we know about this house? How many stories is this? Is there a garden? Is there an indoor,
Okay.
outdoor? Ano ba? Like, unsa man niya? Kaning na bedroom, mag-share ba sila? Na CR, and so on and so forth. Go ahead.
From the outside, sir, makita ka na ang house siya kaya ng siya two-story house.
Mm.
Pero meron siya ganang front ring siya, may set up ra. But ang sulod siya is like this windowless na kanang siya small house. That's a more condo, ana gani.
Mm.
And ang rooms nila is separate ang girls ug boys. One room for girls, one room for boys nya. They have a garden with a pool na dito sila pwede magpagkuha sunlight and stuff. So let's say ang purpose na mag windowless ang house and kanang di sila makita sa outside other than the sky na makita silang garden is to disconnect them from the outside world.
And they also have confession room where they talk to
Mm-mm.
Big Brother, and it's where mga kuan gani.
It's where ka na ang mga chika
aside from
manggawas.
confessions kay diha sa dang nominations.
nominations.
And diha pud magsulti si Big Brother sa mga tasks nga ipanghatag niya sa mga task leaders or sa housemates.
Mm. So, ikapila naman ni nga season ang kaning PBB diri sa Pilipinas. Dugay-dugay na gini, di ba?
I'm not sure pero I think ika-12 na mo.
So, kinsa man ang mga taga diri sa ato ang mga silingan nato diri sa shoot sa Cebu nga na appeal ni aning Pinoy Big Brother, naghisgot na taga ganiha og Slater Young, si Paul J. Castillo. Kinsa pa na appeal aning Pinoy Big Brother nga taga Cebu or taga at least taga Visayas ba?
So for this season, kaning PBB collab na season, we had two Cebuanas. So
Okay.
si Shuvi Etrata, she's from Bantayan.
Okay.
Pero unfortunately, na-evict na si Ate Shuvi.
Okay.
And then we also have AZ Martinez. She is kanang like taga Cebu pod, but appeal na siya sa Big Four with
Nganong
her duo.
na-evict man ni si Kuan si kinsa nga nato ni si
Si
Chuvi?
Shuvi.
Chuvi.
Shuvi, she was evicted mga like 2 eviction nights ago. No?
Okay.
Sila ni Ate kay kanang gi-nominate sila by the kanang other housemates. Kaya ang form of kanang murag makick out ka sa house kay through evictions man. And evictions would be done through nomination. So
Okay.
ang kaning mga housemates mo give sila og kanang murag points to this certain duo, kay duo man ni ang karon na season. Muhatag sila og points sa certain duo niya kung ang top 3 ba to na duos na pinakadaghang points kay ma-nominate. And para like kanang ma-save ni sila from nomination, there's this kanang voting system na ang taong bayan na ang mo-vote. Kaya ang pinakagamay og percentage from the vote sa taong bayan, sila ang ma-eliminate. So ato na time.
Unsa man day object sa would you consider this a game? Like a kind of game, right? A reality show
reality
Yeah,
show.
it's a challenge.
Yeah, reality show.
challenge, right? So unsa may object there niya? How long is one PBB season, right? Is that called a season? Murag season? Na siya?
Season.
So how long is it, and then what's the ultimate goal?
The ultimate goal is to kanang have 4 remaining housemates. Then mag-choose og na big winner jud in every season. So para mahibaw na to kung kinsa ang angay sa mga taong bayan, mahibawaan nila kung kinsa jud angay.
When you say taong bayan, what do you mean? Do you mean kaning the public?
Yes.
Okay.
Outside
Kay
world.
sila man ang
Okay.
mo vote through if sa nomination, if they want to save their kanang mga biases, ilahang mga kanang
Mga
gusto
idol.
nga mapanatili sa bahay ni kuya, kay they have to vote. Sa una kay 1 vote per sim pa karon kay padaghanay naman siya kwarta na ang mugawas jud actually.
1 vote per
Per SIM
SIM
before.
card. So meaning to say 1 vote per cell phone number. Sabot mo, di ba?
Before na, sir.
Before
Okay.
na sa
So
party.
anybody can vote, or do you have to be from the Philippines, and unsa man na, like what are the rules, and
I'm not sure pero I think makavote sad ang mga
Nagagawas. Diba?
OFW. Pero
Dili
right
ba,
now
like,
makavote na sila.
Okay na may, kato naman.
Kay di naman siya per sim.
Oo.
So I'm not sure pero I think kanang karon the OFW can vote pagaw sanay na sila millions gani actually. And kanang top 4 jud na ang mahabilin na lang, and then dapat na 1 big winner sa every season.
Every season kaya.
so how long is this?
I think mga 3 months or more.
Or 100 days.
So
ana.
they're really locked up in the house, right?
Yes.
Are they literally locked up, meaning to say they can't get out? Good.
They can't. Or if it happened nga naay kanang challenge si kuya nga giadto sila kanang murag lugar liblib nga lugar, and then together with the military, so like they had kanang
Yeah.
mga military
Pero
tasks.
if pagawson sila, sir, sa kanang sa house, i-blindfold that sila, usa makagawas.
So dili sila kay gyud. So nobody really actually knows where this house is.
Ano, nasa kaya ang house
So
niya,
you can see it. I mean,
Yeah, you can see the house.
Yes.
Kung ganahan ko mo ato sa
Mapa-picture, pwede ka mag-picture outside.
okay, but nganong what do you mean by takoban ng
murag
mata?
kanang sa, naman ko yung mga secret entrance.
Oh, ang entrance.
Oo, sa
Oh,
tabu.
asa dapit.
Oo.
So makakita ka pero dili tanan ipakita.
Yes.
Dili.
Oh, okay. So mag-unsa man sila sa sud sa kaning bay.
Dapat kanang mapakita nila ilahang.
Magpakatotoo.
Magpakatotoo. Yes, you have to be genuine, authentic.
What does that mean? What does being authentic and genuine mean? Can you expound on that, because that's kind of kaning nebulous. What does that mean?
I think for me, based on sa akong na-watch sa mga past seasons sa PBB, authentic means showing your good and bad side.
Okay,
Like
okay.
without filters, without hesitations. Like, not all the time nga.
Na good lang ka always or
Kay
bad
if you're being good all the time, ingnon maka
Maria, plastic.
playing safe.
Playing safe, sakto. Playing safe.
So, people nowadays, they want someone who's genuine, who's authentic.
Ako na makita ang imperfections ni mo sa person. Mo lang ganahan.
Do you really think so, that people want people to be authentic and genuine? Is that what really people want? Because it's possible that for example, kanang naa kay nahinatabo nimo, di ba? Na kay dili ganahan na hitabo. Let's just say insulto ko nimo, di ba? Kung mag-genuine ko, I'm gonna frigging use every cuss word in the dictionary and chew on you, di ba? But because I'm how do you call this? Kibaw man ko nga mo filter sa akong kagalingon kay I want to be able to control my anger, for example. So moingon ko nimo, that's not so good. Right? So do you think people would rather hear me cuss and scream expletives at you rather than kaning mingon ko that's not so good? Nga murag I'm more controlled. Is that what people want? And when you say people, that's what people want, do you mean that's what they want with their friends? Or do they mean that's what they want with their teachers? Do they mean that's what they want with their leaders? Or what do you mean when you say that's what people want? Kanang honest kayo, kanang authentic kayo.
Actually, sir, it has been a debate sa social media jud kung unsay meaning gani anang magpakatotoo.
Yeah, correct.
Kay,
Yeah.
Naman ko like example kanang let's say na kanang naay isa ka housemate na murag kanang naglagot na jud siya sa katas nga murag ni gawas niyang anger kay ayuban people na like kanang uy mo din na iyang real side, yung true colors na himo ang true colors kay mo nang like kanang magpagawas kasi mong bad side pero kung mo ana pug kanang mo play safe pud ka or kanang sige ka og murag sacrifice sa imong self kay mo ana pud ang mga tao na ay kanang dili mo na siya mao iyang mag plastic ing ana so it has really been a debate and we don't really know di jud nato ma-predict unsay ganahan jud sa mga tao
So
actually.
bottom line is there's no winning.
So mo nang gipangita sa mga tao theoretically or mo gyud na ang object sa game nga magpakatotoo ka or depending lang gyud na sa votes sa mga viewers, sa mga tao, mga sambayanan, right? Or naapoy mga board of judges na nagtan-aw nila nga nagpakatotoo ba ni siya or kaning plastic ba ni siya? Unsa man ni siya? Who decides
The
ultimately?
Taong bayan.
taong bayan.
So taong bayan good.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter really kung nagpakatotoo siya or dili basta kay ganahan lang ang taong bayan niya.
Yeah.
Then he or she might win, right?
Yeah, truly.
Ana na siya.
Yeah.
So kanang maingon ka nga ma-kick out katong na-kick out ng usa sa mga taga-Bisa, taga-Cebu, right?
Si Shuvi.
Si Shuvi. Nganong na-kick out kito siya kay wala ganahay ang sambayanan niya? Unsa man?
Well, not really. I think anang si Ate Shuvi kay murag kuan man siya. Fan favorite man si Ate Shuvi actually.
Okay.
But then ang kuan man good ang voting system man good karon sa PBB this season and like mga past few seasons I think.
Okay.
Kay anang kuan man good pangkwartahay man good siya na voting system.
More
It's
on
not like,
fan base.
Oo.
it's not like sa una na like one vote person per day. Karon
Okay.
man good murag maya ilagi gamit. Kaya murag bundakan og kanang money gani. So it's like sa kung daghan og kwarta inyong fan base bisag dili kaayo ganahan ang taong bayan ana na duo namoy chance mo daw gihapon.
So, mean to say, kung mo Gcash ka, mo maya ko ni
Maya.
og kwarta, ang pinakadakog kwarta, mo ay makadaog. So, for example, ang ako, like, akong fanbase, kay gamay ra kayo, o niya, ang fanbase sa Pikas, daghan kayo, di ba? Pero ako, milyonaryo mo ko, or bilyonaryo mo ko, ako taga 1 billion siya, for example. So, posible nga makadaog ko.
Di ka mataktak sir.
So, maski usara kabuk akong pan, dili kay fan gali, pan ra gali. Usara
It happens.
Oh,
It
nahitabo,
happens.
nahitabo na nang inana.
Nga,
Okay.
Because kuan ka ng influential iyang family. Like dugay jud sila nataktak, right?
Kinsa man ni siya? Kinsa man ni
Ang-
influential family?
Mabash ka.
Dili mo mabash, pero like
kung tinawag nganong mabash
base lang. Okay, base lang. Dili akong opinion ha.
Okay, okay.
Disclaimer.
Okay. Based on other people's opinion.
Yeah, based on what I've seen sa akong newsfeed
Okay.
and sa TikTok, kanang I think moong dugay na taktak ang Dasby
Okay.
kay daghan man gud sila kwarta tas kanang kung mo kuan kilang fans di nagko jud.
Bundak sa milyon-milyon.
And then the reason why nga natagak man gud na sila because dili through voting man. Challenge man to, big jump challenge. So lima na lang sila actually ato then mag-fight na sila sa spots sa spot
Four.
sa Big Four. And then the challenge was dili to endurance.
Kwento kanang tower man to.
Tower patasan nag tower and then muagi through maze. Basta murag ka ng
Right.
Oo. And then since napildi man sila, many were asking dapat through votation na lang tato. Votings na lang tato kay kanang sure ball daw madaog ang Dasby.
Kaya ba taon naman po na kanang like medyo controversial gyud. Labi na si Dustin.
Oo.
Ay di ako makita ra ako sa kanang sa akong Twitter sa akong Facebook na murag controversy
Guys,
about
don't
nila.
cancel us, please.
It's just
So-
based sa social media.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, true.
by the way, kaning makabantay mo ko before nga sa mall na porag Pinoy Big Brother search and such, right? Is it still true now nga gi search ni ang mga candidates karon or wala ni they didn't do a public search?
Ang kanin sila sir wa man ni kay celebrity edition man ni.
Celebrity edition.
So
So,
gi-invite sila to audition ana
okay.
ata.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out where to watch PBB ba right now, but can I watch it right now if I wanted to? Asa man ko ba? I'm in YouTube right now.
Yeah, they
And-
have
and it says Pinoy Big Brother.
24 hours na live. Na ba?
They have a YouTube channel,
Okay, but-
Kapamilya Live, I think. And
Oh.
then they also have katong I Want TFC.
I wa-
And i-air sa day actually ang PBB collab sa GMA.
Okay.
sa
So
network.
dili ni siya i-stream live for 24 hours?
There is.
Okay.
Naay ka ng
Asa man nato tanaw ni?
before karon wala ko kabaw pero ay sa una kay Lazada.
Oy, Lazada.
Yes.
Ano ni Lazada the shopping page?
Yeah.
I go to lazada.com.
Yeah, pero I'm not sure if kanang diha gyapon sila sa Lazada.
Okay,
Ano ba
anyway.
24 hours live gyapon karon, PBB?
Kuan naman na ang 24 hours na live kay Merg. Selected na siya na days. I think it's not like every day, Jud.
Ako siya
Ah.
24/7.
Yeah, di siya 24/7.
Ah, okay.
Fast jud tayo.
Oo, kanang way cut, di ba?
Oo.
So the object of the game or of the reality show is to be real, to be authentic, and to have the most votes and the most cash also. And kaning cash asam ni padong ni sa production sa show or padong ni sa individual.
Bulsa ni Kuya. Challenge.
I think they have ganang charities man siguro.
Okay. Kani si Kuya ba? Like I know mura man ni siya like this big booming voice, di ba? Murag ako si Kuya or something like that, right? Can you explain to me kinsa ni si Kuya?
Reveal ba? Yan si Kuya.
Direct Lawrence.
Reveal man to refer katong na tong
Unsa
Lauren,
Unsa-
director siya sa kuan.
Unsa may role ani ni Kuya? Unsa may iyahang role sa Pinoy Big Brother?
manugo charis.
Basically, yeah, like kanang mo kuan og mga tasks sa house. I think, yeah, mura.
Yeah, ma'am. Siya yung muhatag sa mga, example, Ellery, pasok sa confession room. Siya yung maganang, Ellery, ikaw ang task leader for this week.
Murag siya anang concept good nga big bro nga mo look after nimo and then ikoan ka murag is set ready ka sa outside world or something like that kay challenge by sila. no?
Very interesting. So kung paningilita na kay emergency, for example, like a personal emergency, for example, magunsa man ka like di gyud ka kagawas or pwede ka pagawas na exception na
Kuya will let you know if example it's a death of a family member.
or whatever, like if somebody
Yeah.
is sick or whatever, or you are sick, for example.
If you are sick kanang an in-house doctor nila would go there to check you out.
okay.
And then if it's very kanang complicated it needs kanang constant monitoring or like kanang he needs to be hospitalized, then he will be evicted.
Evicted.
Force evicted.
Mm.
Yeah. Kay na may housemates nga, housemate I as far as I remember nanay housemate isa nga na evict siya. It's because kana siya health complications. And then other housemates also were like given a choice if you would like to kanang stay or not. Kung example like na death of a family member, then of course imugo ng pamilya mo ulit dyan sila
so,
sila voluntary exit ang uban.
okay. So,
Na uban kanang mamingawan lang voluntary sila kay di na nila kaya ang kanang homesickness, ang sepang.
So pwede na gyapon gyud ka maingon ka nga di na ko just for
Yeah,
for no reason I don't want to do this anymore, right?
Yes.
si Missy, di ba, before?
Oh.
Voluntary siya.
Si Missy is just from
Cebu po si Missy, di ba?
Okay,
Oo.
so ang akong sunod nga pangutana is, do they get paid to do this? Is this free? Is this just free publicity or something? What's the deal?
they don't get to they will be paid kung mabig winners sila.
Okay, so what's the prize?
1 million and then I house and lot and then also kanang
Daghan sa magiging sponsors.
endorsement.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because we all know nga kani si Slater Young, for example, is a huge celebrity now, di ba? Unya kato si Paul Jake ba nakadaog mo to si Paul Jake?
Batch siya ni Melay dili.
Okay,
Pero big 5 siya to.
Kitsa may pinaka famous nga Pinoy Big Brother karon, not necessarily from Cebu, just the kinang pinaka daghang
Kim Chu.
si Kim Chu. Oh, who is actually from Cebu, di ba?
And big winners. Sila ang
Siya ang
first
first.
batch sa teen edition.
Oh, so si Kim Chu di ay taga Cebu, mo di biggest. Para nako, an argument can be made nga she's the biggest celebrity to come from PBB, right? O napabay mas dako niya?
Sila ni Melay.
Oo.
Kisa man na si Melay.
Melay Cantiveros.
Oh, di kay ko
Katong
kailan niya.
comedian host.
Oo.
Okay, so masikat yun ni si Kim Chu, I think, because I see her billboards everywhere, di ba?
Yes, of course.
So in terms of endorsements, masikat yun ni si Kim Chu. So mo ni siya nga coveted kay ni siya nga role or kaning ma-appeal ka niya ni kay you have a huge audience. Would you be able to give us an idea and an estimate? Unsa man kadaghan naman ang ning PBB ba? Like because this is online, di ba? So makita-an gyud nimo ang mga views. So daghan jud kay nimo tanaw niya ni, di ba? For the entire season, di ba? Like do you have any idea what numbers we're talking about? Pila ka million?
Say kanang sa mga statistics
Pero daghan gyud.
daghan. And I think mag-range siya from katong mga millennials kay sila ba yung nag-start jud
Okay.
kakita tong 2005
Okay.
katila nana nga batch
Mm.
and then every generation murag nanay mga curious ingana.
Ngano ka? Maybe you can also pitch in, guys. Join us in our conversation sa Tops Media Center sa YouTube, sa Facebook, and karon taod-taod sa TikTok. Text ko no 0999-887-6070. Mutanaw ba mo aning Pinoy Big Brother? Kaning die or duo or die? And then why do you watch Pinoy Big Brother? Unsa kay naka interesting ano? Unsa kay naka exciting ani kamo ba? Like why do you think people watch Pinoy Big Brother or reality shows such as this? Nga naman, what's the fascination behind this? Ikaw kuno Oli. Go ahead.
I think sir ang primary reason, but I think ang isa sa biggest reasons why people watch reality shows in general is because of the drama. Kay as human beings, mukagat biata og issue, og drama.
Okay.
And so inside the house, nabi ni mga away-away, mga like mga tinubaganay or like oo, so kita na ganahan kay mga relevant and stuff na mga ganahan ta makasabay kung unsay sikat-sikat. So nag-away si Christine o si Ellery atong tan-awon ni. Ano ba?
Ikaw, Christina, kay theory, ngano ka nga people, because this genre, ang ako mahinumduman gyud ani sa kaning reality show, kay si Paris Hilton. Uy, ano mo to? Ang akong mahinumduman si Paris Hilton, katubi tong reality show niya together with katong anak ni Lionel Richie nga nag-reality show sila ba? This is a long time ago, so I was slightly interested in it. But come on, like what do you think is so fascinating about Pinoy Big Brother or reality shows in general? Why has it persisted? I mean ako mawagtang ni, ako uso-uso ra ni ba? Pero naa pa magipon until karon ngano ka interesting ka ng PBB or reality shows?
Again, we live for drama jud. Sakto jud to gingon ni Oliver. And also, you don't want to be left out kung mogi siya per me trending or topics sa mong friends and then you'd be influenced to unsa din siya and then once you watch it like maski dili guru all the time pero once you watch kanang a few clips then you'd understand kanang nindot man di ayo especially if there is a person nga kanang makaingon ka nga hala I like lagi this person kay murag similar me in values and or it's just something nga kanang ang mga housemates kay makapawagan ni ka ng stress. Although manggigil ka kay naay mga misunderstanding.
Let's just say mawala ang stress sa imong kinabuhi, ang imong problema ilahang stress.
Oh, ilahan na lang. So, wata ka ba mas bugat imong gidala-dala nga stress or imong problems pero kay nagproblema man ka sa laing problema nga which is
nakalimot ka sa imuha.
Nakalimutan lang nung kasi imuha. Bari mo na siyang gihimong kuan.
So ang ilahang mga pag video ani ba? Is it like cinematic or does it look like mura ra og CCTV ra ang iyang
cinematic style I'd say pero sa live
so
sa
that-
Lazada
CCTV
kanang
siya
CCTV jud siya ganang ganap.
Pero kung sa mutanaw ka sa actual broadcast niya, murag nindot yung mga camera.
Okay,
So-
na may mga music, mga edit.
mga zoom.
So I can imagine nga daghan ka inig tao that are involved in the background for the production of the show. So daghan ig tao or are the cameras being left behind lang without anybody operating
Diba,
it?
ang walls man ko sa PBB sir is na siya kanang I think one-way mirror siya. No. Ang kanang ang kanang wall sa PBB kay surrounded siya with like mirrors. I think one-way mirror na anang camera kay naa diha. Kay para ma-zoom.
I think dili sa dingon camera lang jud na adyo mga tao behind sa
Ana po
kay,
oo.
actually if naay ka nang murag something na needs to be kuan gani
I-fix.
kuan man nila ipaong nila ang kanang camera ang kanang certain angle kay naam to issue la kanang nganong wala gipakita kay na magtutok ba ang mga tao kana ganing daghan kay free time magtan-aw jud sila kanang live every day and then mabantayan nila kanang very kanang controversial. Hala, anong gipaong man to nila? Ay, bias si kuya kay gikuan niya, gikat niya ang katunga live.
Kana bang kung malibang ka or mangihi ka or mag-ilis ka, di ba?
there's
Like,
CCTV
so
inside.
makitan nga nalibang ka or nangihi ka.
Yeah.
But before you answer that, Ron, I think what we need to do is talk to our guest through Messenger, right? Is that what you want? So maybe Ron can and can come here. Ron, this is our kuya. Kuya Ron, please come here and help us figure out how we can use Messenger so that we can talk to our special guest. So kanang mga private moments, makita na sa public or
Dili sad, sir. Pero namo kay uban ka na example, munay maghilak or kanang problemado, then musud sa CR. Kana nay sa high show ni kuya ang kana nga kuan
Na clip.
nga clip nga naghilak kay i-monitor man gud nila kay let's say nay uban kanang suicidal
Psychological
na
issues.
like kanang mag self-harm baron so
Naman to mga previous housemates atong niingon sila na ang primary purpose sa camera sa CR, GoPro man daw na imbutang sa CR is for safety good. Slide pa lang ka diha oy makita nimo.
correct.
So kanang kung matug ka, makita na nila dili or unsa for example, damnun ka for example or I don't know like sometimes you don't know what you're doing kung natuga, di ba? Pasig kaning iurom ka whatever like unsa man na video pod nga natuga wala.
Na camera inside the bedroom.
Diba naman tayo housemate na like na-punish siya kasi siya gatugin sa to na housemate yan.
Si Joshua Garcia.
Di ay.
Dapat matulog na siya tibok adlaw. Yeah, actually sa mga wala kabaw, naman ko na like kanang routine jud like ang ilang shower call tag 5 minutes ra jud na sila. So dapat paspas yung kaglihok. And kung kay naman na certain example alas 8, let's say 8:30 mag-start ang day and then mag-shower na sila. So dapat kamo magpinaspasay mo like linya jud mo kung time na nimo mo ligo-ligo jud kay 5 minutes each raman mo.
So na katong si Enchong, nagchika man siya na nakatong before kay okay daw ang 5 minutes kay ika nang isumpay-sumpay gani. So example, tulo sila kabuk magdoong shower. Kay para 15 minutes ilang shower. Matay pa kami
Okay ra
bawal.
kung lalaki.
Kaya bawal naman daw na.
So they found a way to like cheat the system in a way.
Bawal naman siya ni kuya daw.
Ang uban sad kay while basta on na gani like kuana go nanay go signal ang shower call nila.
Okay.
They can actually kanang go na sa swimming pool. Ang uban dito na sila mag-swimming kay para
Maligo daan sa swimming pool.
dili sad hipot sila man.
Manamsyo, magsambo siya full.
Bali magpabasa ba din para quick na lang adto. Igo na lang mag-shampoo din now.
Pwede din si Ivan na lagi gibas lagi to.
Ay based lang
Wait,
sa ni Brenda Mage.
Did you say Ivana?
Ivana.
Yeah.
Ivana, isn't she
Yes.
also like one of those that has a lot of endorsements?
Yes, Ivan
So
Alawi.
that's how she started, yeah? PBB.
No.
House guest siya this season. Akla,
So celebrity na ni siya daan. So I'm curious ba where did she get her infamy or how did she become famous si Ivana? Like is she a sexy star? Is she a talk show host?
From her sister mangguro kay nag-una man og kasikat si Mona.
Mona.
So,
Alawi sa 7.
Unsa man siya?
Younger.
Social media influencer gini siya
Si
gasugod.
Ivana, I think nag-start siya.
Mas ni boom sa
Sa
social media as an influencer.
So kani siya guest na siya karon.
nag-guest
So
siya.
how does that work? Nganong na may guest and then what's the role of a guest? Para lang magkisaw lang or is it to attract more eyeballs unsa man?
I think to attract more viewers and
Okay.
also magkanang teach kanang naslay advice kay naam to one time nga napod si Michelle D
Okay.
and then gitudloan mo gurto sila walk ang girls
What do
kay
you mean
she's
by
a kuan man kanang beauty queen.
Catwalk kanang pasarel, di ba?
Sa kanang sa strut, how to strut and walk.
Okay. So si Ivana naparon sa
Wala na.
bahay ni Kuya, is that what it's called?
Yes,
Bahay ni
bahay ni
Kuya.
Kuya.
Okay.
Wala na. Every con man gurna sila. I'm not sure if 3 days na ba sila. Like few days
So
lang yun sila.
mo good sila put with
yes.
with a guest,
Yes.
right?
I think ang last guest na tulog na si Bianca Umali. Kanang nagstay sa house for pila ka days kay sila Heart Evangelista kay or ni-visit raman to niya. And then of the day ni uli na.
Wait, si Heart Evangelista was also in PBB?
House guester.
Pero dili na she didn't start with PBB, right?
Dili.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So ang sunod ng pangutana siguro is kung naay ibugay, kung naay romance, is that possible? And what if they become intimate? Makitaan sa video na to unsa man na?
Yes, actually, nanay very controversial katong past season sa
Okay,
PBB.
okay.
Si Lou and Andre. And then kanang nag-inom, pwede man ba sa adults, like, naay ka ng celebration si Kuya, allowed ang drinks,
Okay.
tagaan sila.
Asam
and
sila
then-
mo palit?
sila mo.
Si Kuya Mahatag.
Tagaan sila, like, nasa katong, dili confession room, katong storage
Storage
room
room,
nila. And
okay.
then, nag-celebrate sila.
Okay.
And then, nag-confessay kay malapit na ang kanilang loob. Something like that. And then, they were kissing.
Di ay? Pwede na.
And then,
Inside
yana
house?
si Lou. I'm not sure if nisulti siya na, is it sa PBB or outside na katong nahuman na ang season nga, wam daw na sa rule book. Kaya naman na yung rule book sila.
So your ID. We actually have Justin Narvios here live in the studios of 105.1 TMC. Atong gisugutan karong buntaga mga kaigalan is PBB Duo or Die ang ilahang new season. Is this are we in the middle of the season or padong na tagpahuman?
Towards the end na, kaya ang big night is this weekend.
Okay,
if I'm
okay.
not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's towards the end.
So kano sa magini siya mo culminate? Unya unsa may how does an ending look like? Duha na lang kabuk mahibilin, usa na lang kabuk mahibilin, unya kisa may makadaog yun ani ang usa, ang duha. Kay duo man kani, so ang duo ang duo makadaog.
Yeah, for this season, since it's kanang collab man, so ang mudaog, ang big winner is isa ka duo.
Okay.
And then ang finalist na murag mag-fight for that big winner spot is upat sila ka buok na
Okay,
duos for
okay,
the season.
Okay.
And from what I know, ang big night kay dili siya sa balay ikuan, 'di ba? Like sa New Frontier man to this season. Like sa gawas sa kanang bahay ni Kuya ang big night, and then nay mga fans and all.
And it will be on July 5, this Saturday. Nighttime, ang na siya.
Nighttime na usually.
Usually kay grandma kaya, di ba? Ang kanang ang big night here. Naka-dress up gyud, naka-gown and everything,
Yeah.
naka-tuxedo ang mga guys.
Yeah.
Like
And then daghan jud kay nagtawo nga mananaw. Lain-lain klase nga kanang mga fan base.
So kanang mananaw makit-an mo ginon imo sa kuan sa views, di ba? Sa screen. Unsa may pinakadaghan nga nananaw nga Pinoy Big Brother season based on what you know, or pinaka-exciting, pinaka-interesting, not necessarily the numbers, but what do you think of all of the PBBs nga you've ever watched or you've heard people talk about? Unsa may pinaka most popular?
Last season.
Really?
Sila Fiang?
Di ay? Wala nakabot na ako actually.
Kay grabe ang impact jud ato kay ang mga unsa ni mga influencers kay they promote and they usually talk about it. Mo ilang mga content and of course avid fan gihapon ang mga taga OFW. And then
Taga-OFW.
naka-watch ko
Taga-OFW.
sorry.
I like the way you put it.
Sorry.
Taga-OFW.
Ang mga OFW.
Okay.
Naka-watch ko actually sa katong big night. And then I think mga abot og 6 digits guro ang viewers.
Like live viewers?
Oh, live.
Online?
On-site or what?
On-site?
Sa dili, live lang to. Sorry, wala po ko kadto.
Ay.
Live stream.
Oh, live stream lang. Pero
Okay, si
as in kanang trending jud siya per me sa
Di ay.
TikTok, sa Facebook. Oh,
Akong pamati lang ha. Ang karon siya ang like mas nisaba ako di man jud ko like watcher gyud of BBB. Maabot kami sa akong timeline.
Yeah.
And, last year kay naray mga
maybe.
clips ni Fiang maabot.
Especially kay this season more on celebs manggod, so murag ang
Ah,
mga celebs
oo.
nagdala sa ilang fan bases to watch this season.
So wait a minute. So I don't know these people that are part of the show. These are celebrities?
This season celebrity sila, but mga past na kanang
Wait a minute.
season.
Starlet.
Mga
So who are the participants of this season's PBB Duo or Die? Nga nahibilin pa karon sa bahay ni Kuya. Go ahead.
So for Big Four, we have first na nasud sa Big Four is Charlie Fleming and si Esnier Ranolo. So these two are actually mga Bisaya ni sila. Si Charlie kay taga CDO and si Esnier is from Davao del Sur. Ano to? And then second duo we have Rawi, so si Ralph De Leon and Will De Leon.
Ashley.
Ay, Ashley.
De Leon, yeah.
Same.
Same.
Yeah, so ang second duo is Ralph and si Will. And then ang third duo, we have AZ Martinez, which is taga Cebu. And then si River. And then ang fourth duo is Brent and si Mika.
So kani si atong PBB expert ba nga si Dan Sy Lopez. Nana ni siya? Hello Dan, are you there? I don't know how to do this. Can you help me? It looks like he's supposed to be here already, right? But I can't hear him. Anyway, also with us this morning katong ganahan ni kasi ganahan mo aside from ni Slater, kasi ganahan mo fan man kini ni Slater yang moram to siya. Moram to siya nigkurog-kurog pagkita ni Slater yang. So kinsa man imong fan, who are you a big fan of as kaning current PBB duo or die? Go ahead.
Jiggy just exposed me, but yeah, I'm a huge fan of Slater Young. No, since PBB days, kid niya. Actually, even si James Reid. I remember when I was younger. James Reid was one of my favorite housemates. Good, Slater Young. Growing up, sila gid akong two favorites. But from this season, I particularly like Emilio. Emilio's my favorite. Good.
Yeah.
He's my
Cute
favorite.
singer,
Good.
actually.
And my sister likes Michael Sager. So like I think you know how there's such a crazy duo together. So I think we can relate to that. Maybe my sister kay we somehow see that bitaw. So I think sila gid akong two favorites from this season. It was so sad when they left though. But I'm also happy to see them thriving in the outside world. Like daghan kay sila mga promotions. They have shows out already. I think a new series and all.
Like, di pang kwan sila, interview na sila kanang mga nga segment.
Yeah.
Sa mga kapamilya chat.
But I'm also glad na in this season, somehow they managed to have our celebrity crushes no kay guest sa house. So I was happy when katong na si Donnie.
And who are you rooting man, Miss Justin, sa big winner karong kwan? Sa Big Four?
Who are the four again? I'm sorry, si
Chares,
Okay.
Rawi,
Azver,
and Breka. What do you think?
I have a feeling that AZ and who's her partner?
River.
River are gonna do good because I noticed sa mga challenges, AZ is very ano gid siya like strategic, yeah, very strategic. Kalma ka siya, then she's very focused, especially whenever she is tasked to be the task leader. She takes it very seriously. She doesn't crack under pressure. Pero you know, there are other housemates also who are good, pero I noticed also si River very unproblematic. Pareha sila ni Brent. Si Brent pod way
libog. Kana ba mo
sabay lang sa flow.
Ana. Pero I one of the things I like about River is that from the outside kanang ano daw siya kanang very loyal to his girlfriend no, like no matter how many people try to somehow make advances in the house or he's very like he's like a brother to everyone lang. He has no like romantic interest.
Or siya love team diha.
Wala
kay maski sila easy kuan man sila murag partner jud, alay lang jud sila.
And I think that's also because of how he carries himself. So I have a big feeling na silang duha they might. Come guys.
I think Dan is ready here. Dan, are you there, Dan? Mandi maging madunggan si Dan basig kuan pa ni preso pa ni Kuya.
I-house arrest?
House arrest. Does that happen? House arrest? What is that?
Yeah, before they kanang
may pasabotan ng house arrest kuno
before they go sa kanang inside PBB, mag-house arrest sila for like a week mangguro para stimulate unsa na kanang
acclimate, ma-practice nila.
Ma-acclimate, ma-practice nila ba unsa may feeling nga walay cellphone o kana walay dili
music.
ka makakita og laing tao. So like nga na i-house arrest para pod dili ka makuan sa kanang unsa na kuan sa outside world.
Yeah, you're not, if I'm not mistaken, you're not even allowed to talk about the outside world when you're inside the house, diba? That's gonna be so hard for me because I'm gonna be like, diba, if we have similar interests, like, oh, did you remember that show? Oh, I can't talk about that. Yeah, I think mabuang po ta Jiggy because we don't know what happens to our pets. Like that's the thing that makes me anxious. Like if I were to be in the house, unsa nakato akong pet, no? Is it still alive? Is it diba? Like you won't be able to see it for several months or your family. You don't know unsa na ang trends of the outside world. Listen,
si Dusty Boy. Si Dusty Boy magmingaw nimo
yung cat. O diba? O nakakabaw na unsa na imong cat or kinsa nagbantay sa imong cat.
Okay, feel good na ko. Di ko pwede sa PBB kay as an anxious.
Hello?
Ano na siya si Sir Dan. Anxious person.
I think na-mute ni Sir Ron.
Can you introduce
pagbalik na so hello guys. Hello. So,
can you introduce our guest? Go ahead.
Connection na mo. Yes, hello, I'm Dan. So hello guys. Sorry.
So our guest for today is Sir Dan Sy Lopez. He's actually a local artist, a multi-awarded actor. He's also a registered nurse. And basically, pagtanan ako siya, more siya jack of all trades. Daghan ka
Mm.
siya
Uy, grabe, dili po.
ginabuhat. And we
Yeah,
invited
thank
him because he is an avid fan of PBB Jud. So, hello, sir.
Hello,
Maayong
hello,
buntag nimo
hello.
diya, Dan. Why are
Hello,
you
may buntag,
why
sir.
are you an
Uh-huh.
avid fan of PBB, and since when have you kaning followed PBB? Were you there from the beginning in 2005, or
Yes.
medyo bago-bago lang ka ni join sa bandwagon of PBB fans? Go ahead, Sir Dan.
Kuan, sir, batch pa gid ni Samuel B nila ni Nene
Oh, okay.
Tamayo, and then first ako audition yun is batch ni James Reid, ang PBB Teen Clash of 2010. So ni audition ko, and then nakuha ko until top 100, and then after ni try na sad ko again for PBB 737 or PBB All In Day kang Daniel Matsunaga. So ni-reach na sad ko top 100 plus. And then after PBB Community Season 10, naka-appeal ko sa sa kanang Kumu nga kanang mga app. And then recent one is the PBB katong batch nila ni Michael Ver, which na abot ko sa top 8, then tulor ay walo may gipilian to represent Cebu
Oh,
ato na time.
wow.
Yes.
So it's
So,
it's been a
naka-Zoom.
journey na good for Sir Dan. See.
Oh,
you-
naka-Zoom meeting me with Miss Cory Vidanes,
Mm,
nila
mm, mm.
Sir Laurenti Jogi. So, nag-ask sila about personal about me, and then mas nindot man ang story sa katong nga Cebu si Jane Rehedor. Ang yung story magod is nagpuyo siya sa sementeryo.
Oh my.
Silang family o tagaliluan siya. So, mas nindot pa yung story kaysa sa ako. So, I think both siya napili kaysa sa ako. Pero okay ra gyapon.
So I'd like to know, Sir Dan, no, is that like a myth, or there have been talks no nga, it has a lot to do also with your story. How you're chosen, no, has to do with your lifestyle, your life experiences, and all. And is there anything you could disclose to us regarding that? Like, do they really ask you in-depth questions about all facets of your life?
Yes, oo. Like, kanang pinaka deep jud kaayo, as in kanang murag wala pa nimo na share jud sa imong life ba. So murag
They try to really get it out of you.
Oo. So kanang kung may makapasad nimo o say makapahappy nimo nga na
Okay.
kanang family backgrounds and everything jud, like wala jud murag kuan jud tinud-anay jud ng PBB nga magpakatotoo jud ka kay like tanan jud imo isulti.
What is the most tiring part of the audition process, sir? Because I know that auditioning for these things, they take hours and hours, no resources, time. You have to be there. Next stage. I did. My sister too.
Sa
Yeah.
nga season.
The one where my sister's friend got in. Kai. Last season.
Gen 11.
Wala ko ni join sa last season.
Ah, okay.
My sister joined with Kai. Oo.
Are they friends or kanang acquaintance? Or
They're
no?
friends, yeah. Naabot sila sa last stages na.
Mm.
Mga 5 na lang sila kabuok with ano.
So unsay selling point man ni Kai atong anong like okay, siya ang akong pilion.
That's a good question. No? My sister says nga she's very, I'm not friends with Kai personally, but my sister is, and she says nga Kai is very humble. Nya kanang kung unsa ilang
Yung charm
matasks.
sad.
Yeah, I'm sure Sir Dan would know, no, per stage naman na different task, and you have to work with everyone. And di agad,
Yeah.
from the very beginning pa, you would already know who are the kind of difficult personalities. Like you have to come up with a song number, for example, or a dance
Adi ay.
number.
Bawal jud ko ana.
Oh.
Di na ako kaya.
So then Kai is very chill lang, and then kanang she knows how to give way. Kay naay parts, for example, I remember when I auditioned like years ago, there's a task like all 10 girls have to sing, have to do a performance under 1 minute. So that means all of you have to show your part in 1 minute. How do you divide 1 minute to 10 girls? So dapat magline mo, magpuli-puli mo kanta. So if there's one girl that wants to be pasikat niya, magdugay og 30 minutes, then that
correct.
cuts time for the other girls, diba? So that already in itself, that very first task can already create conflict. It already tests your leadership skills and all that. So from that pa lang, I believe those kinds of tasks, those were the times nga Kai, for example, was able to really show nga she's a very calm person, very reasonable, and easy going, easy to get with. So ikaw, Sir Dan, what would you say is the most difficult part of that of that process or that the interviews and everything that you've been through sa kaning mga auditions?
I think different man no kay na-try man ako ang online platform and then like going dito physically. I think kung physically lang, I think ang taas gyud nga linya and then after if masud ka sa sunod na round, another hours na pod of waiting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember my first audition jud kay I was there like mga 6 a.m. dayon na uli ko mga almost 12 midnight na.
Yeah, actually, Star Hunt auditions, ang PBB, I think that was the longest audition I've ever tried also before in 2019 to. I was there 6 a.m., nahuman ko 3 a.m. sa Pacific Mall. Ipauli mi 3 na, kay last na gid ba? But, so I'm sure Sir Dan understands that niya, magbaon pag gid kag ka ng extra shirt and stuff because you gotta be like fresh from the beginning to the end. No, you can't look haggard na pag abot na sa
Last pag nawa na imo nang turn, imo nang kay.
Minghoy na kayo, mika na kayo tanan ba?
Exactly.
Sakto jud gingon ni Melay kay nakasabaan man daw siya ana. Siyang mama kay dugay siya na uli kay nagkuan siya na.
Okay, ang story di ba kay iyang gikuyo gani ang friend to audition. Nagibira siya.
Dan Sy ang gipa-audition.
Kay ninot man jud siya
Yeah.
personality.
Na iyang friend wa na dawat, siya na dawat.
Kasabaan siya siyang mama na kusian go dito si Melay.
Ikaw, Sir Dan, have you experienced that? Nakasabaan ba ka because like you went to the auditions alone or do you bring friends with you when you audition for these things?
Kadong first kay nagdala ko tapos ako ray na sud sa among
So you're the Melay. You're the Melay, Sir Dan.
kuan. Dili ako ang friend ni Melay. Ako yung nag-invite nila. Feel na.
That's nice. Do you think it's more fun? Would you advise that to bring friends with you or are you the type na murag mas locked in ka kung ikaw ra?
I think mas sinod pod kung naay friends kay para napod kay murag support system makastorya nimo like sa linya kay grabe man gyud ang linya bitaw miss like makaingon jud ka literal nga audition. pero katong online na nindot to siya kay kana maghimo lang kag murag kanang online video nimo nga hi I'm Dan blah 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 nya about lang sa imong self nya nganong pilion ka sa PBB day upload nimo sa
And then they
Kumu
screen
nga
it
kanang
lang.
app. Oo, dayon nay maghatag nimo mga sa tuoy murag coins ba to or
Oh. So it's like a rating.
Oh, nya mag-stream ka din naapil pa ko sa top 5 sa tibuok Philippines ato nya mo down na sad mo top 8 na sad sumurag
Ranking.
ang ilang ko ang ilang ko na to ba kay katong murag daghan bitog coins man ata or katong murag
And you only get coins through
coins.
live streams like so you engage with people, you ask them to send you the
Sa
coins.
Kumu ba to siya?
Oo, Kumu.
Oh.
It's also very complicated, no? Kung dili ka tech-savvy, kung dili ka hilig ka yung mag-live
I think isod
stream.
po siya if kanang
Mila ko na dyan.
mas better ta siya if like kana kay platform daan kay ang imo mga fans mo adto mangutana sa imong live if
So magbuhat na tag kumudaan nga account.
para musikat na tadaan ron.
Para, na mo yung coins daan.
Oo,
like
Kumu.
katulad mga season lang.
It's also very complicated.
So balik na siya sa kanang
Hilig ka yung mag-live
I think isod
stream.
po siya if
Balik na
kanang
Mila ko na dyan.
mas better ta siya if like kana kay platform daan kay ang
Pero nay mura katong mo email lang ka diretso ra pod, mo email lang ka i-sign up nimo.
Musend ka audition.
I think nindot sad nga naa kay friend ko yung kay for example mulinya ko pwede mo palit sa kag kanang pagkaon nato or kanang palit kag tubig di ba kay ako lang bahala sa linya nato kay kung ikaw ra sa nya wala pa jud kay okay ma'am kay wala mo palit nimo so luuya sa nimo oy mapasmo ka ibuok adlaw
Ibutan tagparya ni Miss Justin na 623 ug kasiraw na jud kay ka. Unsa man yan nimo?
Ino kag si Flora.
So nagin ni siya yung murag overarching theme per season, di ba? Kani siya karon do or die PBB collab. So at what point do they collab? Like unsa man, what does that mean when you say collab? Mag-unsa man sila day? Are they gonna build something together? What?
Murag collab gyud siya sir is because it's from Kapamilya and Kapuso. So
Ah.
collab sila ba like
From the two major
different
networks, di ba? GMA and ABS-CBN. So
Oo.
that's the collab. Dili di ay sila mismo ang pares nag-collaborate o napod sila buhaton together
pares po,
as a tandem.
As a tandem gyud pod ka nang sir like for example ikaw kapamilya ka ako kapuso so
Okay.
murag magtandem ta and then like ato i-win ang challenges mga ingana so ingana So puro kapamilya, kapuso ang mga
So
nagpare. So
kung naman games, magduo agad sila together as a team, right?
murag two in one housemate na gid sila kana.
Okay. So ang makadaog niya ni dili kabok ang pair gyud ang makadaog if ever.
Yes.
Oo niya kanang pare pag yun sila like 1 million each pag yun.
Wow, okay. Grabe had ako nga price niya ni sa. So kaning bang as a side story ba, we all know nga ABS-CBN network was not renewed, right? So wala na gyud ABS-CBN TV, ang GMA is still around. So kaning GMA o ABS-CBN were ferocious. There were fierce competitors before, di ba? They were grabe kay competition niya tong una ni karon nag-collaborate na hinuon sila. Like tell me about that. What do you know about this so-called collaboration? Is this just for this particular show, or have they been collaborating now for other projects as well?
Oh, so I think ang pinaka first good sir is katong teleserye ni I forgot the title naman good katong ang nagdakay si Gabby Garcia niya napod ang housemates karon nga si Will ug si Bianca. Like kanang work teleserye siya tapos mas screen siya sa kapuso, mas screen pod siya sa kapamilya, and then after ana kay ang showtime kay murag nag-renew sila og contract pero didto na pod sa kapuso. So ang noon time sa kapuso is showtime na makita. So ang katong ilahang Itbulaga, I think nag TV5 na to. So daghan na po sila collaboration pod, naginahinay na ba.
So,
Ngayon ang recent is kani PBB collab.
So kuan na siya, mahog na siya og per project.
Oo, kana.
So not
Per project.
not necessarily nga ang ABS-CBN o ang GMA nag-merger na dili na inani per project na siya. Okay. So far ang pasabot niya ni is ang kaning mga characters sa PBB ug sa I'm sorry, sa GMA ug sa ABS-CBN mo rin ilang mga stars. So kani sila kaning usa ka star famous sa GMA, ang usa ka star famous sa ABS-CBN. Is that what it is? So wala
Stars
na
of Kapuso, Stars of Kapamilya.
wala naman ni TV channel ang ABS-CBN. So how can they make stars? Unsa man day nilang ilang plataporma karon day? Why are they still in the star making kaning scene? Wala naman sila TV channel.
Ang kanimang gud ang kwan sir, ang ABS-CBN Cebu murag nag-ili sila og kanang murag name ata sa kanang TV channel.
Okay.
Nagkapamilya channel sila. So ang nagyapon sila kuan pero makita siya sa kana bitaw murag dili siya free TV, like murag cable channels siya sa online platform.
Is it katong kapamilya box dili? TV box
mga
something?
ingana, miss. Oo. Mga kapamilya box, mga cable. So katong regular na nga TV ka na on nimo, makita ka channel 3 dili na ka makakita. So ato na ka sa kanong mobayad ka ba? Cable.
Naam sa sila I Want TFC, di ba? Kanang subscription ba na?
Oo, so kana sa I1 TFC, naapoy sa ABS-CBN YouTube channel nila. So diha na ilang platform pero murag mahog gyapon nga ABS-CBN. Pero murag gi-rebrand nila og kuan.
So nagyapon sa channel di ay. So kani siyang PBB do or die collaboration between ABS-CBN and GMA ba? What are your big bold predictions kay padung naman kani siyang ending? How many weeks are left man?
July 5.
Gamay
5 karong Sabado na.
So unsa may inyo ang mga predictions ni Anit? Starting with you Dan, kay mo ikaw gyud atong kaning PBBologist. PBB expert.
Actually, wala jud kay plans like to watch kani PBB collab kay sige jud tanong PBB ka murag gyapon cycle ana. Pero murag na-interesado ko ba kay what if kapuso ay kanang kapamilya o kanang kapuso mag-merge ba na sumo to itan ko ya. Hala, naunsa man sir nga grabe naman jud akong tan-aw oy kanang maghuwat ko kano sa upload sa YouTube kanang ang ilang mga episodes. Usahay pa madugay kog lakaw kay maghuwat jud ko nga makakita ba. Kuan sir kanang lahi siya murag invested jud kay ko bitaw. Siguro kay gud sila like celebrities sila ba, stars sila, so akong kuan how they act ba inside the house. Kay kung mga normal lang kuan kay raman murag dili ra mag arte-arte or kuan. So sila kay kuan gid gihapon murag they act as kanang usa
Normal
gihapon gid
citizen.
sila. Oo. Oo. Oo.
Nagyud gapon sila yung flaws, no? Despite nga sikat
Oo,
sila.
true.
Makita niyo muna ang artista tao po di ay.
Oo. Nga,
True,
dako
true.
sila kaon.
So Dan, kung invested ka niya, I'm sure you're invested in a particular team. Kinsa man gyud ang imuhang
Agree.
tanong ani na lang dili lang ang tanaw nimo
Ay,
makadaog.
okay ra, good, sir. Okay
Kinsa man gyud ganahan nimong makadaog, not necessarily the favorite sa public, but imuhang personal choice if you had to choose. Kinsa man sa nahibilin nga mga collab teams nga ganahan nimong makadaog sa PBB Duo or Die.
Actually, sir, no, kanang ang akong ganahan bitaw kay kanang wala sila nagkaduo.
Okay.
Like kung pwede pala ang pag-voting bitaw kay individual sa kapuso o individual pod sa kapamilya.
yeah.
Makes sense.
So like for example, Chares man, di ba? Duo sila. Then you love
Oo.
is near, but you also love kanang, let's say, River. So yung anay mong gusto unta. Pero mo daog sila as duo gyapon.
As duo gihapon.
Ah,
Ano
okay,
ganun,
gets.
mapaplot
Ito.
twist si kuya.
What ka ba?
Mapaplot twist si kuya ba nga usay makadaog sa puso usa sa kapamilya pero dili na mo as duo kanang individual winner na ba sa kapamilya o sa kapuso.
Oh, I think mas na freedom jud ang kana na ang
Taong bayan.
taong bayan. Pero we don't know. Let's wait for the big night.
Oh.
So
Kaya
kan
ano magud hati man ang mga tao like some people ganahan ni
River.
Mika but na ang uban po dili na ganahan ni Brent of how he acts na recently. Yeah, si AZ River.
nganom si Brent nagbabadlong si Brent ngano man unsa man siya?
I think katong murag na off ang mga people mga sir katong murag naay lang kuan ba murag tapatan challenge gani katong mga ex-housemates nya ana man tong murag ang role man ko itong mga ex-housemates kay murag ila i-provoke ba ang mga remaining housemates ba then ni ana man tong usa ka housemate si Kira nga who are you Brent then ni ana man pud si Brent nga who are you Kira mo na ni ana siya nga kanang
Wala din nang utana og
What happened, Bella?
wala nang utana gina. Wala.
ni ana siya nga kanang wala day paki po ang mga tao ni Kira daw kuno mo nang kuan daw na nominate siya ay kanang
So kani siya nga character mo siya pinaka divisive di siya nga character. Mahulog nga ang mga tao either love him or hate him or they
kay murag na shock la ang mga tao ato ba ha? Murag di man ningani po si Brent pero basin na trigger lang pud to siya ato na point ba.
Ang mga
Kaya,
tao mong dali
murag-
kay sila mo switch up.
Mm.
Like kana
Oh, as
example
in-
favorite nila ron based lang sa akong kana, favorite kanila server from the start. Then nahitabo tong
Gi-vote
ginominate
sila.
nila ang Shukla which is Shuvi and Clarice. Dito na na-start nga they hate River or like kanang nanay mo rag
But how do we know that? Naay mo sa man graph sila how do you know nga from it changes from love to hate? How's the how
Social media presence
social
ata.
media,
Oo.
sa comments, sa mga edits sa TikTok.
Oo.
So wala sila kaning
Sa mga episodes pod nila kanang sir.
O kana i-highlight.
So
Pero actually miss ganan gyapon kong River karon. Like wala jud nag
So-
Kay ngano kay gwapo?
really sad.
So-
kanang kuan lang gid siya kanang para nako kay kanang green flag siya niya green minded.
what's a green flag? What's a green flag?
kanang kuan siya sir ba kanang grabe kay siya ka selfless bitaw like iyang unahon niya mga housemates kanang bahala kanang sa luto bitaw sa itlog.
Uy.
Okay ra niya magpalasiya.
Luto sa itlog.
kaon.
Okay.
Murag ipauna niya iyang mga housemates.
Kanang mga inana ba kanang mga assignments bakit sa may si kuya ang mag-assign ikaw magluto, ikaw manglimpyo sa anidoro, ikaw dong manghayhay ka sa mga bulingon unsa man how does it work? Kinsa may mo assign sa chores kamo rana.
Siguro sila
sabot-sabot
dito
lang.
kanang sir kung siya'y magluto, siya'y mag
Ya kung kinsa lang mo assume atas role no?
Oo.
So wala necessarily assignment sila Dan.
Wala.
Initiative lang.
Oo.
So you never answered the question Dan. Kung ganahan ka kinay makadaog kinsa man nga team ang imuhang ganahang makadaog.
So kung team na lang yun, no, I think I'll go for ano na lang siguro. Chares.
Who are they? Who are Charis?
Who are they? Si Charlie o si
Near.
Near. Both Bisaya.
Nganong tungod kay kuan lang by affinity nga bisdak sila mong ganahan kanila or you also like them?
Akong stand is si Charlie kay despite sa iyang age na 16, pero grabe na siya ka-mature gyud.
Oh.
Like kanang although na siya mga past mistakes katong bago pa siya nisod sa balay, pero iya bitong gi-own iyang mistakes ato nga kanang ay ni ngani siya.
What do you mean?
What siya growth ba?
What do you mean by mistakes? I don't understand. Nganong masayop man ka, like, do you mean like there's an exam, there's a game? What do you mean by mistakes?
Ay kanang
Libak-libak.
nay one time.
Ana,
nay
marag
one time
character
ato nga-
flaw? Is that what you mean? Character flaw?
Oh, yes.
Issue to dia baka tumutubag siya ni kuya.
Oh.
Recent
Oo,
lang,
character
recent lang na.
flaw.
Recent din na. Okay.
Yeah, I think kanang they had kanang like more problem or misunderstanding kay Mika, and then of kanang nagchika sila
Mm.
Mika,
with AZ, and then they had kanang yeah, go ahead Dan.
Sorry, okay na miss. Go.
Go Dan.
Ato kang Ivana pod katong naligo og pool si Charlie batas mura bito siya naglakaw-lakaw lang sa ilahang living room ana, so nagtuto siya ba nagbasa-basa siya sa floor, then gibadlong na siya ni Ivana nga Charlie niya murag, pero ang explanation ni Charlie wa daw siya kadungog ato, pero nakuha na ba nagtuto ang living room kanang messy na ang ilahang balay ato
Nganom din
si Charlie.
magtuto sa excuse me sa living room din, nganom din magkabasa ang bay day. Why is that considered a mistake? Naday rules din nga dili magbasa ang sahog kung like, why is that a mistake kung magkabasa ang kwarto or ang room?
Ay, what I mean ba kanang sir is kato bitong gitawag siya ni Ivana ba or ni-explain niya wala man siya naminaw daw, pero ni-explain siya nga wa daw siya kadungog.
So bali
kanang
nagtuo ang mga housemates nga wala siya nanumbaling sa
Or
warning o murag
ignore
niya si Ivana.
So part of the rules,
pero ni-explain na po siya nga kuan daw siya laude dili di siya aware ding ato niya kanang
so wala gini ground rules maingon ka nga kinahanglan maminaw mo sa inyong isag usa. There's no such thing, right?
Kuan lang ano bro, pakikisama lang gid na. Oo.
Kasama ka na.
kana pakikisama bitaw nga kanang murag dili pod kanang murag maikog pud ka sa kapwa housemates nimo sir ba kayo dili ba yun mo literally kaila didto ra gyud mo nagkaila inside, so murag fully aware bitaw ka sa surroundings
But
nimo.
but ultimately, Dan, ang object yun of the game is for people who are watching to like you, right? Ultimately, right? It could be done in different ways. You can be unkind to your, you can be a difficult person to your housemates, but people still like you. Then you could potentially still win, right?
Yes.
So ultimately, ang objective of the game is for people to like you. Period. No ifs and buts.
Okay, sila
Full
man ang
stop.
mo-vote nimo until the end.
So wala gi outside judges. Si Kuya has no hand on it.
No. Like,
Oh.
pero nalang yung chance nga kanang ma-evict ka kay syempre ang mo nominate is your housemates.
So if kuan ka sir, if kanang murag batid kag batasan inside, taga nga example, Christine di siya manghugas.
No.
Kuya 2 points mo kay Christine kay di siya manghugas.
or di ko si Oliver si Ellery di ka ba makikisama, so bibigyan ko po ng 3 points si Ellery nga na the more manggod nga ma-nominate ka every week mahut kan fans imuhang mga kuan imong fan base mahutag sila kwarta, so naa po higher chance nga ma-evict na jud ka.
Kasi may mo evict nimo si Kuya.
Ang kung ikaw ang pinaka lowest ka ng
Votings.
Oo.
ratings
Voting from
from the taong bayan.
okay. So but ultimately, if people still like you, then you'll stay, right?
O basta
Right?
nagkaroon jud kwarta.
What's that?
I think it's a combination of both your housemates' decisions and everyone around you's decisions. I have a question I want to ask everyone here. No, of course our atong mga interns from the University of San Carlos and si Sir Dan also. And ikaw, Jiggy, kanang speaking of evictions, no, or if someone were to assign a point to you, so it's like an offense that you've created. What is one thing feeling nimo makasab-an ka sa house, or what is one thing that you think your other housemates would nominate you for eviction? Like, what is one thing? I'll go first. Ako?
Okay.
Sige,
I think I'll say it like this. Kuya, 2 points po for Justin kay kanang tanan na mo snacks kuya kay yung kanon niya gi-ants na among bed kuya kay dadon niya ang mga snacks sa among mga katri kuya. So naa na may mga ants in our bed. So I think that's gonna be what I'm gonna be evicted for. What about you guys?
I think for me, Kuya, bibigyan ko ng 3 points si Ellery kasi hindi siya marunong makikisama. Kasi I'm
Oh.
a type of person na like introverted manggod ko.
Mm-mm.
So kung masulod ko sa kanang balay with strangers, maglisod ko og approach nila una. And that manggod sometimes kung quiet ganin na person niya kanang di ka kiba makisama, murag ingnon ka na others na
You could be
disrespectful.
misunderstood for that.
Yeah, so I think
Okay.
that would be a big point sa maong manominate ko.
Okay, that's Ellery. What about you?
Bibigyan ko po ng 3 puntos si Christine. Kasi palagi po siyang natutulog at late po siyang gigising. Hindi na po siya nakakatulong sa bahay.
Ala. Okay, I think we're all guilty of that, Christine said, no?
Kaya hilig yung kong sleep.
Yung sila tanan, nagduna sa mga morning task. Ikaw,
Yeah.
nakabukot pa kasi mong bed. No, Christine. What about
Or siya ni Joshua Garcia.
Ang sakot nga rin, no? Kuya, bibigyan ko ng 3 points sa Oliver kay grabe ka praning.
running how?
Ang okay, before mag dating ko na ay what if mas PBB niya kita man ko na nang di ba na yung weekly budget yan naman ay kanang like leader na mag sa weekly budget ko yung hala mag add mag mat din ko din ako ni kaya di lang ko niya tagaan kong task ni ko man ako hala ko ano ako
Please, dili ko.
Wala pa ganin na siya nahaman og hatag siyang instructions. Nagpanic na si Oliver. So that's yours, Praning. What about you, Jiggy, before we ask Sir Dan? What would they probably nominate you for eviction? What's the thing that they would complain about when it comes to Jiggy Juice?
Well, I think they'll probably be complaining about how I'm always asking questions. So everything to me is like I'm really just a curious soul. So every time I talk to somebody, I'm always like, what about? Like why? And all that stuff. So ma-annoyed na sila kasi pangutaan na. So they'll probably evict me for that because you're not doing a podcast here, Jiggy Juice. You're doing a PBB show.
Kuya will be like, Jiggy, ang hamon mo this week is, pag ginahuman si Jiggy, but why, Kuya? So, Kuya, I want to understand first, what is the,
Hulihan si Kuya di ay.
Hulihan si Kuya.
So if mahitabo to ang katog, di ba naman tayo task na like di sila pwede mo speak but for 1 week, I think he's gonna lose.
No! I think Jiggy will just
Mahurot
be
ang time.
in the corner. Wala. Dili siya ma-engage na. Wala na kay screen time, Jiggy. What about you, Sir Dan? Last, for our question, to wrap this up,
Okay.
if we were to assign 3 points para kay Sir Dan Sy, what would that be for?
Actually ako dyan na foresee akong self no kanang feeling nako kay murag ma-hate and love ko sa viewers o sa housemates kay ngano people ang personality gyud nako is people pleaser ko and then dili ko confrontational. So if kung nakoy kalain siguro sa kapwa housemate ako isulti sa akong co-housemate pod. So mahog siya nga mura kog nang libak or naingana. Kay dili ako po o di ba kay sa PBB kato si AC mo confront man gid siya maski unsa iyang na feel or something ako kay dili ko confrontational jud so murag ang akong hinanakit ani nga person ako rang masulti sa co-housemates nako so basin muana ng mga kuan muana ang mga viewers baka plastic ani niya
Backstabber.
oo backstabber
Ultra libakera.
oo so muna kanang dili pud kayo pud jud ko mo judge sa mga housemates manggod kay sakto man na ilang ipangingon nga sila ra ginakabaw dito sa sulod good like ang ipakita lang katumurag nag-away sila katong nay drama gid ba so I think kana siguro.
So before we wrap this up, because we have another batch of guests here. Who are our guests here next, Kuya Ate Justin?
So we've got the organizers of Outbreak Cebu. It's going to be a Nintendo-inspired event. That's going to be this weekend. So they're going to be talking about their community, ang role-playing games community, RPG, and as well as what we have in store or what is to be expected for this event this weekend.
This weekend, is that also the finale of Pinoy Big Brother Duo or Die? Karon ba ng weekend? This Saturday, sad.
Yeah.
So unsa mag yung like is this really the best time to watch PBB? Like if you had to choose one time to watch, is the finale it?
Yeah, for me
Okay.
cuz kanang murag makita nimo ba kung kinsa jud ang favorite sa kuan public.
Okay, so they'll be choosing among a field of 4 pairs, 'di ba? Si Dan nakapili na to kasi imo Dan kato mga bisdak, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Oo, actually libog bitaw pero I'll go for Chares na lang jud.
Ikaw kaning Ellery, unsa may mong ganahan?
Out of the 4 big 4 duos na nabilin, actually ako kay Shukla man ako paguna, pero na-evict
Same.
naman sila.
Same.
So, karon sa big 4 kay same ni Sir Dan, Charas pud ko. Kay I really like throughout the kanang kuan, the season kay murag si Charlie magud ni show siya og maturity and then si Esnir pud kay nindot siya makikisama for me, so
True.
that's why
Never
Charas
been nominated.
yeah, never been nominated si Esnir.
How about
Perfect.
you? How about you, Christine?
I'd go for Asver lang sad because AZ, despite sa kanang bashing niya sa online, pero if you're gonna watch her sa kanang sa PBB jud, kanang you'd see how dedicated she is sa mga tasks and very goal-oriented for me.
Goal-oriented. How about you, Ollie?
Yang sa ako kay, ganun po ko Charas, but parang ako lang, mas deserving ang Rawi. Kaya makita niyo ang dedication nila sa mga task. Muna akong ganahan.
Mas deserving. Okay, so we'll see if any one of your predictions will come true. And if you don't mind, Dan, we'll ask you over again on Monday, perhaps. We can talk about it, the results of PBB Duo or Die this Monday morning, if it's all right with you, okay?
Yes, of course.
Daghang salamat, Dan! Daghang salamat, mga kaigalan!
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us, Ollie, Christine, and Hillary. And I hope you will still continue on with the conversation on our YouTube, Tops Media Center, on Facebook, Tops Media Center, on TikTok, Tops Media Center. And also, you guys share our videos if you like. And you guys, both of the three of you, the TMC Top of the Morning team, will go to the other room and maybe perhaps join us in our conversation as well as help share our next episode. Daghang salamat, mga kaigalan, and stay tuned for...
Yep, the organizers of Outbreak coming up in a bit. See you guys.
And who are our guests for this morning's Outbreak conversation?
So for the upcoming event, Outbreak, a Nintendo-inspired event celebrating community, gaming, and competition, and art, we have Vince, Gochan, Jamie Trinidad, Kenji, James, and Arnold. So they'll be joining us in a bit. Stay tuned, guys.
Idol mo, imong sakit perti kapait.
I got this, Nard!